John 3:16. God is in the business of giving, not receiving. He needs to make that very clear. I think sometimes we get the impression that God is poor and that he needs our gifts. He doesn't. God is not poor. He says, for every beast of the forest is mine, and the cattle upon 1,000 hills. I know all the fowls of the mountains and the wild beasts of the field are mine. If I were hungry, I would not tell thee, for the world is mine and the fullness thereof. Psalms 50, verses 10 through 12. God doesn't get hungry. Even if he did, he would not tell us. God is not in need of anything. The early church considered giving to be a grace. It was a passion, an overwhelming desire to share the things of God with others. Paul is writing specifically of a local situation, and we need to recognize that. The Jerusalem church had been the first to give out the gospel. The gospel had begun there. Jesus had told the disciples they should be witnesses unto him, beginning in Jerusalem. The apostle, uh, Mickey 193. Let's see what you said. God bless and good night. Thank you, Mickey. I appreciate that. And we and thank you for the thumbs up and the like, and whoever else that have done that. The apostles loved Jerusalem, and they locked their arms around their beloved city until persecution drove them from it, scattered them abroad, sent them down the highway into Judea and Samaria, and finally to the uttermost parts of the earth. The church in Jerusalem was weakened because of persecution. In fact, there was famine going on, and the church was poverty stricken. Now, as Paul went about on his third missionary journey, he collected an offering for the church of Jerusalem. That is rather revolutionary. Here, the missionary churches are sending an offering to help the mother church. Today, it is just the opposite. The home church sends out missionaries and supports them out in the foreign field. But in Paul's day, the foreign field was supporting the home church. I believe it is North Korea actually have started sending missionaries to America, which is an amazing fact that we need it more than they do at this point. Paul was not yet able to come to Corinth. So, in this letter, he sent instructions to them about how to give because he intended to come to Corinth. He tells them that he doesn't want any kind of promotion for giving. He doesn't want to be taking up a collection while he is there. He doesn't want to spend time talking about money after he gets there. This collection was to be done beforehand, and then when he arrived, he would spend time teaching them the Word of God. So it's about getting out the Word of God, not raising money. What a contrast that is to the usual method today. The usual invitation that I receive is to come over and hold a meeting, and while I'm there, a loving offering will be taken for me. That's J. Vernon McGee and not me. If it were done as Paul suggested, a love offering would be taken before an evangelist or a Bible teacher came to speak. Now, I have given to you the color of the local situation and the background of the instruction in this epistle. The facts of the local situation have now passed into history, but the principles which Paul lays down abide. I believe they were as sharp and fresh today as they were when Paul first gave them. In the first verse, Paul cites the Macedonian believers as examples in Christian giving. This referred to the church at Philippi. In verse 2, he gives their motives and methods of giving. So I guess it's a Philippians to the Ephesians.